Welcome back to 25 News at 6:30. If you're just now joining us, here's a look at our top stories right now. A Texas A&M student may have a potential case of Wuhan coronavirus. The student sought medical attention after presenting symptoms. He'd recently traveled to Wuhan, China. The CDC in Atlanta will perform testing. Health officials say there is a low risk to the Texas A&M community. Plus, police confirm 19-year-old Tyler McKinney was killed in a shooting near a Waco apartment complex last night. No weapon was found at the scene. Police say the victim was shot in the torso. That investigation is ongoing. And in Killeen, an infant's death has been ruled a homicide. 2-month-old Kendrick Scott died from blunt force injuries. His caretaker, 29-year-old Shaniqua Parker, was charged in the child's death. Her bond was set at $1 million. Last week, we shared with you a warning from a sneaker expert in Waco about the booming fake sneaker industry on Facebook Marketplace, especially in Central Texas.
In tonight's 25 Investigates, Joe Gum shows us the results of what happened after we set up a meeting with one particular counterfeit shoe dealer and the steps you can take to avoid being scammed when buying sneakers on Facebook Marketplace. Joe?
And Lindsay, you'll see the process of ripping people off online is fairly easy, but that process got a lot harder for our counterfeit dealer once our cameras confronted him.
Facebook Marketplace. Be cautious with it.
An emphatic warning from sneaker reseller Ryan Serrano regarding shopping for illegal name brand sneakers like Nike online from dishonest fake dealers.
That's where I'm seeing the most fakes. And it's not just the shoes, there's also a bunch of fake tracksuits as well.
25 Investigates was tipped off on one of the more notorious counterfeit dealers in Waco, a man by the name of Christopher Lee Reyes, a convicted felon with a past record of misconduct, including drug possession. We reached out to him through Facebook Messenger using a real buyer profile. After a few days of back and forth messaging, where to meet, what time, and what day, Reyes ended up choosing a destination he was more comfortable with, the parking lot of a drugstore in Waco. Since we knew this was a simple pay and go, our buyer handed over $85 and made the exchange quick and drama-free.
The first noticeable difference that I see here is the size of the box. This bottom box is a size 7.5. It's an Air Max. It's not the same shoe, but it should still be around this same size box. Also, you have this little flap here that is detachable, so it's pre-cut. So retail pricing, this one doesn't have it at all.
Ryan also says check the style code, the top number, to see if it's the correct shoe. He adds the insole should have the size of the shoe, as well as little ridges on both sides. This area should have ridges instead of a smooth plate. This shoe's logo font is off. It's flimsy. He says the tongue on real sneakers is wider and shorter. And instead of nice stitching, it's all over the place with this fake. Once confirmed the pair we bought was fake, we set up another meeting to confront Mr. Reyes, using a different buyer. This time, it was at a grocery store parking lot in Waco, with a different outcome. Chris, Channel 25. How you doing, man? We want to know why you're selling fake shoes on Facebook Marketplace to people. We bought a pair of fake shoes the other day, Chris. Tell us why you're doing it. Chris, you're ripping people off, Chris. Why are you doing that, Chris? According to Consumer Product Safety Commission guidelines, vendors selling things like fake shoes, jewelry, cosmetics, and purses online violate CPSC guidelines, and the act of selling or distributing products in any way could be subject to criminal penalties, including a $50,000 fine and up to a year in prison. Amy Razor with the Better Business Bureau.
You're stealing sales from somebody that is a legitimate business with the counterfeit good market. And we really want people to have ethical and great marketplace transactions. So do your research and maybe even shop local.
The public needs to be aware that this is, a scam out there. And so if you think you're getting a good deal on the real deal, buying them on the internet or on the side of the road, it's probably not.
2 pair of fake Nike sneakers at a cost of $85 a piece. It cost 25 Investigates $170, but it could cost consumers much more than that. Money that's not going to support a local business, but possibly more illegal activity in Central Texas.
If you're not getting it from a reputable source, I'd stay away from it.
All right, there you go. Another warning, stay away from it. We also heard from the McLennan County Sheriff's Office. Another warning, when parents purchase these shoes, the Sheriff's Office says think about the safety of your own children's health. Not just when these knockoff shoes are put together, but as far as them falling apart within weeks due to the substances like the glue being used. The best route when buying sneakers? Go to a retail store or outlet, because then you'll know what you're getting. Lindsay, Ann?
Joe, thank you. If you have an investigation you want us to look into, you can email us at 25investigates@kxxv.com or reach out to Joe himself at joe.gum@kxxv.com.